G'day guys, my name's Dave and welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play Nirvana's cover of The Man Who Sold the World, originally by David Bowie. This lesson will be based off the MTV Unplugged version, which most people know and love. In the lesson, I'll teach you all of Kurt Cobain's guitar parts, but also all of Pat Smear's rhythm guitar parts as well. Now for the basics, you will need to detune your guitar to flat tuning, meaning that all of your strings will go down a half step. So it'll be E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and E flat. Once you've detuned your guitar, you're good to go. If you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Or if you're new to guitar and you're looking to build a strong, solid foundation whilst having a lot of fun, then be sure to check out the Guitar Zero to Hero Premium membership and course, which gives you all the guidance to play with confidence. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Let's jump into the lesson. Okay, so first I'm going to teach you all of Kurt Cobain's guitar parts, and then I'll teach you all of Pat Smear's guitar parts in the second half of this video. So first off, let's start with the intro, which has the main riff of the song, which is a lot of fun to play, very simple as well. We're going to start with our index finger on the second fret of the third string. We're going to pluck this 3 times at 8th notes, so 1 and 2. On the end beat after the 2, we'll lift our index finger, hit the open third string. Then we'll put our index finger back down on the second fret. We'll pluck it and do a hammer on and pull off onto the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. Now with our hammer on, obviously that's pretty simple. We'll just take our middle or ring finger and hammer the finger onto that 3rd fret. But with the pull off, what we want to do is sort of flick our finger in a downwards motion so that it's basically plucking the string. Like that. And that's how you're going to get a nice sound with that pull off. If you just lift your finger, that final note's not going to ring out very loud. So that's why you want to sort of pull off in a downwards direction. So after that hammer on and pull off, we're going to lift our index finger again and hit the open 3rd string one more time on the end beat after the 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So that's the main riff, which is repeated again and again. For the intro, you'll just play that riff through 6 times, and then we'll end with the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So the intro in total. Okay, so now we get into the verse. Now we're going to start with an A major chord. Now you can play this in a few different ways. Just pick whichever way is more comfortable for you. I'll play it with my index, middle, and ring finger on the 2nd frets of the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. And with the A, we don't want the 6th string ringing out, so I just lightly mute that with my thumb reaching over the top to touch that 6th string. So that's our A. Now in terms of strumming pattern, we're going to use a simple 8th note strumming pattern that goes like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. And in succession, down, up, down, up, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're going to play that A for 2 strumming patterns or 2 bars of music, then a D minor for 2 bars of music. So the first line of chords. Then for the second line of chords, we have A again for 2 bars, and then an F major for 2 bars. Now, if you're a beginner and you're struggling with this F major bar chord, then just really focus on the heavier 3 strings. This root note and the ring and pinky fingers on the 5th and 4th string. If you could just hit these 3 strings at least, then that's going to provide 70 to 80% of the sound of the full F bar chord. Over time, your fingers will get stronger and you'll be able to eventually hit the full F bar chord. It is about patience and practice. So the second line of chords. For the third line of chords, we have a C for 2 bars of music, and then back to an A for 1 bar of music, and then there's a shortened bar. So that's why I've noted it as A dash, because for this particular bar, it's just 2 beats of music, not 4 beats. So we're going to strum this A with a down, down, up for that 1 shortened bar, and then back to D minor for 2 strumming patterns. So the third line of chords. And that's it for the verse, which sounds like this in total. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next we get to the chorus, and there's just 2 lines of chords here. So we're going to start with the C chord. Now you can play this C chord in a couple of ways. You can do a regular open C chord, or you can do a C power chord like this. I'm going to be doing this C bar chord because that's more or less what Kurt Cobain does. So index finger hitting that 3rd fret of the 5th string, and our ring finger will just bar and hit the 5th frets of the 4th, 3rd and 2nd string. Now if you're only focusing on the 4th and 3rd string, that's okay as well, because that's more or less a power chord. But feel free to use whichever variation is more comfortable for you. So with this chorus, we're now mixing up the strumming patterns. We're going to start strumming with all down strums at 8th notes. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now that's going to be played for 3 bars of music for the C, and then we go to an F for 1 bar of music, and then to a C sharp. So it's the same shape as our C bar, but up at 4th and 6th frets. And here we're going to strum it down, down, up, down, up. And that's the first line of chords, which sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. For the second line of chords, we have an F, and that's back to our all down strumming pattern, back to the C, back to the F, and then 1 more bar of the C sharp with that altered strumming pattern. So in total, the chorus will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, After the first chorus is break 1, and it's pretty simple. It's very similar to the intro, just with 1 minor change. That minor change occurs on the first bar, or the first time we play the riff. So we're going to play an A5 power. So just bar your index finger across the 2nd frets of the 4th and 3rd string, and you're going to strum the 5th, 4th and 3rd strings. So we're going to hit that on the 1 and the 2 beat. So 1, 2, and then on the end beat after 2, you'll hit the open 3rd string and continue on with the rest of the riff. So this first bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the rest of the break is the same as the intro. We're just playing that main riff through and then ending on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Then there's a second verse and a second chorus, so nothing new to learn there. After the second chorus, there's break number 2. Now break number 2 is similar to break number 1, but it's just the first line of tab. And then we get into chorus number 3. Now chorus number 3 is the same as chorus 1 and 2, except we cut out the first 2 bars of C. So for the first line of chords, it's just C, F, and then C sharp. So it's pretty self-explanatory. The final thing to learn is the outro. The first line of tab is identical to the first line of tab for break number 1. So we start with our power chord, and then continue on with the main riff another 3 times. For the second line of tab, we continue on with that main riff another 3 times. And then for the 4th bar, we start off with 3 plucks of that 2nd fret, and then the open 3rd string. So 1 and 2 and 3, and on the 4 beat, we'll hit the 2nd fret with our middle finger, and then we'll slide up to the 8th fret. So 4 and 1. So you want to be on the 8th fret on the 1 beat for the next bar. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now for this bar, he does a funny thing where he unintentionally hits a wrong note, but I'm going to teach you that so it sounds like the way he plays it. So when you get up to 8th fret, you'll slide up to 9th and then up to 10th. So on the 2 beat, you'll be on the 10th fret. So 4 and 1 and 2 and you don't need to pluck the note. You don't need to pluck the string again. Just slide your finger up. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and on the 4 beat of the bar, you'll move your finger down to the 9th fret and pluck that on the 4 beat. On the next bar, on the 1 beat, we'll pluck it again. And the end beat after the 2 and the 3 beat again. And then on the 4 beat one more time. And slide out. So I'll play from the 4th bar of the second line of tab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. For the 3rd bar, we play the main riff through once. And for the 4th bar, we start off the main riff the same way with the first 4 plucks. On the end beat after 3, we'll go back onto the 2nd fret twice, and then middle finger on the 3rd fret, pluck it on the end beat after 4 and slide up to 10th. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we'll go up to the 10th there. So when we get up to the 10th, we'll pluck there, and again on the 2 beat and the end beat after 2, so 1 and 2 and 3, and then 3 more plucks at the end. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and for the 2nd bar, we'll continue on this same note, but when we pluck it on the 4th beat, we'll hit it and slide down to 9th fret. So the 2nd bar. For the 3rd bar, we'll hit this 9th fret, hold it out for 1 full beat, and then slide it down to 7th. And then pluck it one more time on the end beat after the 2, and then 3 more times. So the 3rd bar, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and for the 4th bar, stay on this 7th fret with this. So from the 4th bar of the previous line of tab, this is what it'll sound like. For the next line of tab, we're going to hit the 7th fret and slide up to 9th. And then hit it 2 more times, and then 3 more times. So this first bar. Then for this next bar, we'll hit it 4 times, and then 2 more times, and slide out. And then for the 3rd bar, we play the main riff. And for the 4th bar, we start off the same way with the main riff, so the first 4 plucks. Then the open 3rd string, and then with your middle finger hit the 2nd fret and hit that on the 4 beat and slide up to the 10th. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and slide up to the 10th. So this line of tab in total. 1, 2, 3, This 6th line of tab is identical to our 4th line of tab, so nothing new to learn there. And then the 7th line of tab is almost identical to the 5th line of tab, except for that final bar, it's just a normal riff, and then we end on the 2nd fret and 3rd string to end the song. So I'll play from the 4th bar of the 5th line of tab. And that's the outro solo in total. If you want to see it in context with the actual song, then just skip to the playthrough at the end of this lesson. But now I'm going to jump into Pat Smear's guitar parts, which are more of the rhythm guitars. Okay, so starting with the intro, there's just 4 bars of nothing. That's where Kurt Cobain plays the intro. And then Pat Smear comes in on the 5th bar with an F bar chord, and he's just going to strum a down, up, down, up, down, up. And we're going to play that twice for the F, and then we go to a D minor. So that's pretty simple. I'll just play from the 2nd line of chords. Now for the verse, Pat Smear plays essentially the same thing that Kurt Cobain plays, So it's the same chord progression. A for 2 bars, D minor for 2 bars, back to A for 2 bars, F for 2 bars, C for 2 bars, A for 1.5 bars. Remember that A dash chord is just a down, down, up, and then ending with 2 bars of D minor. So that's it for the verse. If you want to see it in context, go to the playthrough at the end of this lesson. Next, we'll jump into the chorus. Okay, so for the chorus, there's 2 lines of tab here. Now, Pat starts off playing a C chord, and he's going to strum this with all down strums at 8th notes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's done for 2 bars of music. And then he starts playing ascending scale run. So to play this, we start with the C note, the 3rd fret of the 5th string. We're going to hit this, then the 5th fret. I like to play this with my middle and pinky finger, but you can play it with your index and ring if you want. Then we go up to the 2nd fret of the 4th string, 3rd fret, 5th fret, and then 2nd fret of the 3rd string, 3rd fret, and then 5th fret. It's all played at 8th notes, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Then we do an ascending scale run starting with the F note. So we're going to start with this F note, then go up to the 3rd fret, and then open 5th string, 1st fret, 3rd fret, open 4th string, then 2nd fret, and then 3rd fret. So this bar. And then for the final bar, we take our ring finger and put it on the 4th fret of the 5th string. We're going to hit that, hold that out for 2 beats, and then on the 3 beat, 3rd fret of the 4th string and back to the 4th fret of the 5th string. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... So the first line of tab. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. For the second line of tab, we start off with the F scale run. So it's exactly the same as the scale run in the first line of tab. And then the C scale run, back to the F scale run, and then we play our C sharp with the down, up, up, down, and that ends the chorus. So in total, now with these scale runs, I like to do alternate picking, so constantly picking down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. You can do it with all down plucks as well if you'd like, but I personally like using alternate picking. Then we get to break 1. Now for break 1, Pat plays an A chord, holds it out for 2 bars, then a D minor chord, holds it out for 2 bars, and then we have F for 2 bars of music, and we're playing a strumming pattern there, and then ending it with a D minor. Then there's break 2, which is just the A chord held out for 2 bars, and then the D minor held out for 2 bars. Then we have chorus 3, which is the same as chorus 1 and chorus 2, except we're cutting out the first 2 bars of the C where we were strumming it. The final thing to learn is the outro, and there's 4 lines of chords. For the first line of chords, it's just an A held out for 2 bars and a D minor held out for 2 bars. And then we have the second and third line of chords, which are repeated through 3 times. So we have F for 2 bars, D minor for 2 bars, A for 2 bars, and D minor for 2 bars. So I'm just going to play through those 2 lines of chords. Again, those 2 lines of chords are played through 3 times, and then we end the song with an F chord. So those are all of Pat Smear's guitar parts. So now I'll be doing 2 playthroughs of the song, Kurt's guitar parts and Pat's guitar parts. I'll also have a vocal track on top for some context. A big thanks to my friend Eric for lending his awesome vocals to this playthrough. Feel free to play these back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go. If you want to download my Boss Katana tone patches for this song, I'll leave them in the description. Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this lesson, then I know you'll absolutely love these other lessons too. So hit the link here. Or if you want to grab a copy of my free guitar ebook, then head over to guitarzerotohero.com or click the link here. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.